Fetal heart monitoring during labor plays a critical role in assessing your baby's health in real time. One of the key issues is that it can help identify a condition called bradycardia, or a dangerously low heart rate, which can signal that your baby may not be getting enough oxygen. If not addressed quickly, this can lead to a serious known brain injury called hypoxic-ischemic encephalopathy, or HIE. In today's video, I'm going to explain how the fetal monitoring, how it works, and why bradycardia can be a red flag, and how a failure to respond to these types of warning signs can have disastrous consequences for your baby. I'm Marcus Boston. I'm a birth injury lawyer, and I represent families who have babies who have suffered an HIE brain injury at birth. And today I want to talk with you about fetal heart monitoring and bradycardia and how they can be connected to HIE. If you've recently had a baby that has been diagnosed with HIE, with this type of brain injury, this type of information is important for you to understand what may have happened during labor and delivery to your baby. Fetal heart monitoring is one of the most critical tools that can be used during labor to track your baby's heart rate and to check for signs of what we call fetal distress. Throughout labor, it continuously monitors how well your baby is handling this process. And when everything is going well, the baby's heart rate is staying within a normal range. However, when distress happens, a drop in oxygen levels, the baby's heart rate can slow down significantly, and this can be called bradycardia. Bradycardia means that the baby's heart rate has dropped to a dangerously low level, and this can happen for a number of reasons. A lot of things can cause this, whether it can be a problem with the umbilical cord or the placenta or something else. What's important to understand is that bradycardia can signal that your baby might not be getting enough oxygen, and if this is not addressed quickly, your baby's brain could suffer from what I said earlier, oxygen deprivation. If bradycardia, if it lasts too long without intervention, you could have brain cells, they can start to die. And they die because of a lack of oxygen, which is how you can have a hypoxic-ischemic encephalopathy or an HIE brain injury. Here's where the real issue lies with all of this. The fetal heart monitor, it does its job by showing bradycardia or other signs of fetal distress, but it's the responsibility to act on that information that falls on the doctors and the nurses, the medical professionals. It's not enough to just monitor to sound the alarm. Medical providers, they need to respond quickly and effectively when things like this happen. So let's think about it like this. A stoplight at an intersection, it works just fine. When it turns red, everybody's supposed to stop. But if a driver chooses to crash through or run through that red light and cause a crash, it's not the stoplight's fault. The issue lies with the driver's failure to stop. The fetal heart monitor, it works similar. It shows when something might be wrong, but it's up to the medical team. If they ignore or if they delay action, then it puts the baby at risk. When bradycardia shows up on the monitor and the medical team, if they don't respond properly, your baby can experience oxygen deprivation, especially if it goes on for too long. Without the necessary oxygen, the baby's brain cells, they can begin to die. And when that happens, that's when you're looking at HIE. This type of brain injury, it can have a severe impact on your baby's ability to develop and to learn and to even function. In some cases, an emergency C-section that may be necessary to quickly deliver the baby to prevent further brain damage. If the medical staff, if they don't move fast enough, even a few extra minutes of oxygen deprivation, they can have devastating consequences on your baby. As a birth injury lawyer, it's my job to investigate these things, whether the medical team, whether they acted appropriately or when bradycardia or other signs of distress appeared on the fetal heart monitor. Did they respond in time? Were there delays in necessary interventions like a C-section? Were there other types of medical errors that were involved during labor and delivery? How was all of these things handled? These are the critical types of questions that can determine whether medical malpractice is what caused your baby's HIE brain injury, or was it something else, like genetics or other types of developmental issues. Fetal monitoring is an essential tool during labor, but it's only as effective as the medical team that is using the monitor. Bradycardia is a clear sign of fetal distress, and if it's, like I said, if it's not responded to quickly, it can lead the baby to suffer an HIE brain injury. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and if you have more questions about your baby's HIE brain injury from a medical legal standpoint, don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. You can find out more information about me, who I am, my law firm, and how to contact me. All of that type of information is in my profile. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Have a great day, everybody.